What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Josh's Comics. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to check out my entire Star Wars collection. Every single book I own related to Star Wars is in this short box right here. Um, Video should have came out probably on May the 4th or even Revenge of the 5th. It didn't. I apologize. But hey, I consider this to be a full long week of Star Wars celebration for every single fan. I got my shirt on, I got my books. And some of these books you've seen in halls, and some actually may not have been shown yet, or just didn't get enough attention. So we're going to cover every single one in the collection, so stay tuned for this next episode of Josh's Comics. Welcome back, guys. So yeah, we're gonna check out every single book in my collection. Real quick though, do me a favor. Hit that like button and please subscribe if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate it. And hit the bell notification, get notified of future videos. We're currently at 502 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Um, I am announcing later this week, probably towards the weekend time. We're doing our 500 subscriber giveaway. I'll be announcing the books and how you can enter to win. And as you can see, the background looks a little bit better. I got more stuff organized over here. Kind of got the slabs displayed a little bit. Um, Unfortunately, there's some bad glare on the Daredevil 168. But anyway, so I went through all last week. I was off organizing the collection. Um, to my surprise, I literally have a whole short box dedicated to Star Wars. uh, Definitely surprised me. I didn't think I had as much as I did, um, but that's okay. So we're gonna take a look at every single book, and we're just gonna start off back and board. Start it with S. Now this is gonna be a bit of a long video. I think I'm gonna show off every book and just try to skim through it as fast as I can. Um, So if you follow through for the whole thing, thank you guys so much. Let's start out with some Darth Vader. Darth Vader has some of the best covers, and I've been saying this recently on the show. This is Star Wars Darth Vader issue number 4 from the Gillen run. This is actually the second appearance of Dr. Alpha, and I believe the second um, Black Cassandra, who is a Wookiee villain bounty hunter, if I'm not mistaken. Very cool, great cover. And I have this kind of in order of like series and then movie adaptations and all that. Let's see, issue number 6 of the Gillen run. Not a key, I don't believe, but it's a great cover featuring the Emperor and Vader. Like I said, Darth Vader has some of the best covers here in the whole box. This is another good one. This is very cool. Darth Vader, issue number 7 from the Gillen run, and this is actually the first appearance of B-Box the Bounty Hunter and IG-90, who's an assassin droid, and it's got a great Anakin coming home kind of homage cover right there. This is a really good one, and I wish it was a key, but it's not. But it's a great cover. Star Wars Darth Vader issue number 20. The end of game starts now, but fantastic, amazing cover with the Emperor and Vader, and then the Imperial Night Guards, if I'm not mistaken, or the Red Imperial Guards. So that is amazing to look at. It might be hard to do. I think it's gonna fall forward or fall down. Let's see what happens. Here's another good one. And again, I picked this up because I thought the cover was amazing, and you have to check this out. This is issue number 25, and at first glance, you can see the starfighters, and you can see Vader. First, you can see the starfighters and the Death Star, but if you look, it's Vader's helmet that's actually on top, like mixed in with the Death Star. That's a phenomenal. I don't care what anybody says. This is one of my all-time favorite covers. Just like that's what I'm talking about. Darth Vader has some of the best covers of all time, and truly amazing. Another great one, Darth Vader issue number 1, the variant edition, and I believe this is the Charles Soule run issue number 1. Great cover there with the lightsaber. We have issue number 5, another great cover, and kind of like It happened before the Obi-Wan show, but kind of like interesting. So you get to see the eye and the glass breaking on the helmet, and this is actually the origin of Darth Vader's red lightsaber. It's a good read. Um, it's covered up behind me, you can't see, but I have the Charles Soule Run, which is Volume 2, and the Gillen one, which is Volume 1. Highly recommend those reads. And I'm waiting for the Greg Park to get done his run so I can get that in Nami and read that. Issue number 23, again, great Vader cover. Um, the second appearance of Darth Minnon, yeah, Minnon, who is a Sith legend or a Sith something to do with a Sith. I forget exactly, but I believe he actually created or had inspiration into the Castle Vader there. Yep, there you go. Everything's falling down. Uh, Issue number 25 from the Charles Soule Run. Phenomenal cover. This is revealed that Darth Sidious actually created Anakin. You find out how Anakin was born without a father finally in here, and it's really interesting stuff. And it really the stories give you more backstory to the prequels and the sequels, and it's a great read. And like I said, the cover on there is phenomenal. This is cool. I actually found this um in the dollar for $1, and it's actually pretty minty and worth some good value. And I love that split cover. Um, Great variant cover. I mean, honestly, the split between Anakin and Vader, and this is from the Park Run. It's great. Another one, issue number 6, another highly entertaining cover with the Emperor and Vader, and it's interesting to see Vader during these comics kind of rebelled at one point and was thinking about taking out the Emperor. And spoiler, it never happens. It does eventually, if you watch the movies. But Star Wars Darth Vader issue number 7, and this is the second printing, and it's the first full appearance of Ultra Boston, if I'm saying that right, who is a Sith assassin. Second print's actually a bit of money for a second print, but it's a great cover too with Vader putting himself back together. This book is a really good one. And again, I actually got this for $1, and I couldn't believe. And I should there was more copies. I should have grabbed them too. Darth Vader issue number 20, the variant edition of the Mandalorian. It's the first appearance of these two actually here on the cover. Even though they have the Mandalorian, and you'll see that in a little bit in the show. Um, the first appearance of both characters, and it's a nice cover. And I love the 50th anniversary they did. Not just during the Vader run, they did it for the different Star Wars runs that you'll probably see later coming up. More from the Greg Park run. These are current issues. I picked up like 5 or 6 of them. That was 26, 27. Again, just like I said, great covers. 28, 29, 30, and then that ends it for the current run. But for Vader, I do have a few more. We have the annuals. Darth Vader annual number 2, great cover. Darth Vader annual. Actually, I should put this around. This is number 1. The number 1 annual for number 1, and I actually think I know it's for Gillen, but yeah, I don't think it's a different variant. But great, great Vader cover. And then, of course, this book I had to pick up, Vader Down, issue number 1, variant edition from Yesteryear's Comics, if I'm pronouncing that right. Great. First of all, if you haven't read Vader Down, one of the best stories, and has a badass panel with Vader in there. But look at that cover. That's just I can't get enough of these. Moving on to the actually the only book in the OG run, and I'm disappointed to say that. I know. I definitely need to work on correcting some of the OG Star Wars from Marvel when it originally came out. But we have issue number 24, and this is actually cool. This is the first solo story of Obi-Wan. Well, Ben Solo or Ben Kenobi, as you would see in there. But yeah, it's his first solo story. Issues 1 through 6, I believe, does pretty much a New Hope, and then from there they would branch out and tell a bunch of different stories in between. And then I know halfway through they do like part of the Empire Strikes Back storyline in comics, and that's set in between. So now we're moving on 2015 when Marvel got the rights back to doing Star Wars comics, and Jason Aaron took a crack at it. And I have Volume 1. Don't know if Volume 2's out yet or not. If it is, I do need to grab it. If it's up for pre-order, I still need to get it. But his run is pretty great. And I was originally one of those people that said Star Wars and comics. Nah, I'm more of a live action guy, and I was wrong. It's really great. So we have issue number 1, starting us back off. I love the Vader helmet in the background. Issue number 1, which is also the Loot Crate variant with Han and Chewie. Issue number 2, again, great Vader cover, and I love how the stories connect, and you find out, Luke and Vader kind of already fought once, even before Empire Strikes Back and everything, which kind of is hard. So, issue number 9, and this is actually I think the reveal that the character over here who is, I forget her name, but she's supposed to be Han Solo's wife. Yeah, it doesn't happen. But she's a nice character, and her appearance, a lot of speculation going on with that. We'll have to see what future does. Issue number 10 from the Aaron run. This is a cool issue. So Luke goes and he finds a pretty much almost kind of gladiator fighting pit. And he fights monsters, and then the dealer who owns the place has a lot of Jedi relics. So it's a good read. It's very interesting. It makes you wonder how Luke kind of learned more, but like as he learned more, he doesn't show it in the movie. So that's why I said it's sometimes hard to read the comics and think about the movies, and then But they did the best they could. Issue number. Say this one out. Look. Issue number 12. Great OG cover with a calf there. This is a cool one. Issue number 14, the variant of A New Hope, featuring Leia and her father. One thing I really liked about Jason Aaron's run too is he told more stories. So you get to see Obi-Wan protecting Luke, and he does his own little side stories in here. So that was pretty cool to see play out. And even Yoda has a nice, well, it's pretty much Obi-Wan who left a Bible or not a Bible, a journal, and he tells a story that he heard about Yoda about going to a planet and helping fight and do all kinds of different things. Um, Moving on, issue number 17. This thing, I'm surprised, is not higher up in value for the variant it is, but look at that cover. That's amazing. I have to go back. Really have to probably in the next week or two rewatch the films. I've been playing Star Wars Battlefront 2. It's on Xbox Game Pass. I highly recommend it. Issue number 21. And this is the first team appearance of the Scar Troopers. So great cover. And there's a couple different variants, and depending on which one you find, could be a bit pricey. So keep that in mind if you ever find issue 21. Issue number 26. Great Luke cover. Yoda there as well. And I believe this is the Scar Troopers as well. Well, no, yeah, no, I think it's the Scar Troopers, but it's interesting because the dude that's welding the lightsaber, he actually shows up in the fighting pit against Luke, and he portrays himself as a Jedi, but he's really not. So I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's a nice little story. Um, we have issue number 1 from the Charles Soule run of Star Wars with a great cover. And then, sorry guys, the things fell down. We have another variant for Charles Soule's run with Obi-Wan, Yoda, and I believe Captain Carrot. That's pretty cool. This is a great cover right here. Issue number 25, featuring some of the baddies and some of the good guys, of course. But that is it for the regular Star Wars run. Now we're gonna get into some of the movies. Attack of the Clones, Episode 2, first one. They made for um, oh man, they made for the Phantom Menace. They did 4 issues. Attack of the Clones. They did 4 issues, and Revenge of the Sith. I am trying. I actually have all copies of the Phantom Menace. I'm trying to get all the other copies of Attack of the Clones, and I also want to get um, the whole Revenge of the Fifth. The problem with that is they're a bit pricey, obviously, because they're older books. So, let's see what we do like this. Episode 1, Phantom Menace. Photo cover. Uh, Actually, that's number 4. This, I'm probably going back in order. Number 3, this was a nice photo cover of Darth Maul, and I think it's first appearance in comic. Episode 1, number 2, the photo variants. And then number 1, another photo variant, of course. But that's not all. I have Star Wars Episode 1, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Just a one shot of his story there. And then after that, we go to a really cool one, Rogue One, a Star Wars story. First Endor, and a few other character appearances. This not only is a phenomenal cover, Rogue One's probably, it's in my top 5, maybe even my top 3 Star Wars movies of all time. I do love the Jedi, but man, this movie was so good. Issue number 2, issue number 4, and issue number 5. I do need to complete that run. I need to get 3. Like I said, great run. This is cool. I have 3 copies of this. I'm not gonna put all 3, but Han Solo, a Star Wars story, Solo, a Star Wars story number 1. I have 3 copies of that, and a couple bunch of first appearances, and another film that I really enjoyed. When they originally announced a Solo movie, and they have a new actor play, I'm like, come on, man, no one can do what Harrison did. I really did enjoy it though. I felt like the actor who played as a younger Han did a great job. I would love to see, obviously, they set it up for a sequel. I would love to see one, or even a Disney Plus show. I believe Lando is actually getting his own show where Danny Glover is going to be writing, directing, and starring. And they're also going to have Billy Day Lewis return and like narrating the adventures of him as being a young Lando. I think that'd be pretty cool. I have 2 copies of this. The Force Awakens, number 1. Listen, you can say what you want about the show, sequel trilogy. I thought The Force Awakens was the best out of the 3. Um, it was A New Hope mixed in for everybody new and old. I really enjoyed it. So, and that's actually the first appearance of Rey, Finn, Kylo Ren, BB-8, and a bunch of other characters. And again, I don't know. Maybe everybody just doesn't like it as much. It's not as high up in value, but I have issue number 2, issue number 3, issue number 4, and I believe this is the first cover and cameo of the Knights of Ren, which was disappointing because we didn't get that payoff. I mean, hey man, I'm all for an Adam Driver, Kylo Ren TV show set before The Force Awakens with him and the Knights going out and cutting people up. Issue number 5, great cover with Kylo Ren. Issue number 6, of course, was those 2. And then I have 2 copies, a first print and second print of The Rise of Kylo Ren, and this is the first appearance, the first mention of the High Order in all four issues of the Origin of Ben Solo. Great Luke on the cover as well. And the third print in the black and gray is actually on its 3,898 copies ordered. So it is a bit of a pricier book because of that. Um, Variant edition for Poe Dameron's issue number 1. I have 2 copies of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Couple first appearances in here as well, based off the show. Again, I know some people didn't like it. I enjoyed it. Star Wars fan of me loved it, especially the ending, the battle, and everything. Uh, Star Wars Obi-Wan and Anakin, a 5-issue series that pretty much tells his different stories of um Obi-Wan being a master to his Padawan Anakin, and then building up to the final reveal that's Darth Vader. Star Wars Obi-Wan Volume 1 or Issue 1 Variant Edition. Uh, Star Wars Obi-Wan number 4. Great cover. Star Wars Obi-Wan number 5. Getting a little bit older there. We're going back in time. Like it. And then going from there, I have a few odd ends from different miniseries. This is Star Wars Yoda. It recently came out last year. Variant 1 photocopy edition. And this is number 1, just a regular edition as well. I have Yoda number 2. Great variant. And then we jump into some Mandalorian, and now people are like, why would you collect a Mandalorian comics? They're literally play by play of the show, but I love the show, and the first volume alone are all first appearances. Now, I get it. It's not as big, but I feel like down the road in the future, these books might be something. I'm not banking on them to be at worth a lot of money because they're gonna stay in the PC. If anything, I get them slabbed and probably present them. But we have Star Wars issue number 1 variant edition. Then I have 2 copies of number 1 regular one, and I have another copy that I think I'm sent out to CGC. Star Wars issue number 2. Not the variant actually, but still sweet cover. So you could probably guess what's next. Oh no, I do have the number 2 variant. There is a pricier number 2 variant though. Star Wars issue number 3. The first appearance of the guild, the guild and some of its different members, if I'm not mistaken. Issue number 4. Carol Dune, I believe, it's her first appearance. Issue number 5. And that would probably be the first appearance of the older lady at the depot that watches someone when Mando goes out. Issue number 6, a bunch of first appearances of all these guys. Or Mayfield is the one that sticks out to me the most. Issue number 7, I believe that's the first Moff Gideon. Issue number 1 from the second season, the Marshall Cobb first appearance. I have a number 2 variant. And then I have a number 3 variant, which is the first couple of different Mandalorians. And after that, I stopped collecting. I gotta get the other ones in. Obviously, I like collecting them. I think they're cool to have. Issue number 1 of a 4 limited series of Return of the Jedi. I actually got this from a good friend, 360 Comics. I've got to get the other issues, man. I know it's funny. I bought that, and then a week later, he ended up having the 4-pack available, and I regret not grabbing that anyway. This is actually a bit of a spicy cover. So this is Power Hour, and you probably know who's on the cover. And yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for showing that. I don't think so. Maybe we'll see. Definitely one of my favorite covers in the box. But whew, I could have gotten the other. What's it? Is it not? They do all the spicy covers too, man. They got some other reveal ones that I wish I would have maybe got. Anyway, moving on. Star Wars Princess Leia issue number one. Getting her first like little solo. Lando number one. Han Baka. Oh whoa, Han Baka. Han Solo and Chewbacca number one. Oh my god. Commission Rang number one variant edition. Great Vader cover. Anytime Vader's on the cover, like 9 times out of 10, it's great. Han Solo, number one variant edition from the San Diego Comic Con, limited to 7,500 copies. And then here I have a Dark Empire. It's actually mission issue number 6. Joe, we need to talk. Um, wait, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, you know what? I think 6 is in there. It's just behind us. We might as well pull out and look at it, right? Yep, nope, never mind. The whole issue's in there. 5 was for some reason behind 6. So I have the whole 6 issue run of Dark Empire. Then we have, this is phenomenal, guys. I highly recommend you read this. Star Wars Darth Vader and the Ghost Prison. So this is an amazing read. It's 5 issues, and it's one of the best Vader stories, Star Wars stories of all time. And it's one, and it's when Vader is still young. This is from Dark Horse Comics, so it's probably not canon. I wish it was because man, it's so amazing. So Darth Vader, pretty much what happens is, if I remember correctly, the Emperor, there's an assassination attempt on his life. He almost dies. He gets poisoned or something like that because a bunch of the troops in the Empire are trying to overthrow them and take over, kind of, and give back, and realize they made a mistake. They all end up dying. Vader ends up going to the Ghost Prison. This is where he meets all of Anakin Skywalker, which is him, of course, all of his previous foes from like the Clone Wars and when he was Jedi. He put a lot of people away in this prison. He meets them and he pretty much breaks them out needing their help, and they don't know who he is, and eventually I forget exactly how it goes down, but he ends up just pretty much doing like a 1 versus 1,000 battle royale, and of course, you know how it ends, Vader on top. But he ends up having a side story of a up and coming person who's in the Empire, believes in the cause, fighting for the Emperor, fighting for Vader and everything. And it's kind of like you get it, like you see his determination, how he wants to do it, and then man, at the end he's just done wrong, and it sucks. But I highly recommend Darth Vader in the Ghost Prison. One of the best reads I've ever had in my life. Star Wars: The High Republic Adventures for Comic Book Day. Like I said, we're at the last few here with the odds and ends. And then I have The High Republic number one. I think that's volume two. But I do have this. The High Republic Adventures, one shot, tons of Plus of the Jedi, tons of first appearances. This book was on the hot list for a while. And after this cool, I don't say cool down, but after it kind of settled down, and this thing was going bananas. I found one for the in the dollar bins at my local LCS. So there you go, guys. That is it. That is my entire run of Star Wars that I have currently in the collection. I'll probably be adding more. I'm probably gonna have to get another short box. Because knowing me, I'm gonna be picking up more Star Wars in the future. And again, I apologize. I wish I had this video out for May the 4th or Revenge of the 5th. but better late than never. And like I said, this whole week I feel like is just all about celebrating Star Wars. Um, so from Saturday to Saturday, I'm cool. Like I said, playing Battlefront 2. Check that out on Game Pass. It's a great thing. Um, hit the like button. Please subscribe. Hit the bell notification. I would really appreciate it. It would help out the channel. Leave a comment below. Of course, let me know what you feel about the books. And yes, this weekend, I promise you, we will be announcing. Look on the lookout for that. I don't know if I'm just gonna make it on the page or if I'm gonna do a video. Maybe I'll do both, but I will be announcing the 500 subscriber giveaway and of course how you guys can enter and win that. I'm also doing a 2,000 subscriber giveaway over on my Instagram account. Currently running, still about 200 something odd people away from 2,000 followers over there. So hit me up on Josh's Comics 01 over there as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't think I have anything coming up. No cons for next couple of weeks. I think the next con is Jake's Flea Market in beginning of June. I think June 3rd as well, or June 2nd is the Philly Expo or the Philadelphia local Comic Con that I always attend. Other than that, that's it for right now, guys. But we've had some great hauls recently, so I can't complain, right? Again, guys, I appreciate you so much. If you stayed this long and if you watched the video, it helps me out a lot, and I really appreciate you guys. So stay safe, take care of each other, and as always, we will see you in the next episode of Josh's Comics.